Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of the Munce Report. We're joined by Chris Munce, stakes winning trainer, big week for the stable. Well done mate, Boom Nova, her first stakes victory and 3 straight for the prep.
It's a good effort, yeah, it was a very good effort. She certainly was a bit of a revelation here at Eagle Farm, and the 1,000 metres seemed to suit her, and it was good to see her finally be able to get a stakes win under her belt.
Sure was. She's a valuable prospect now, and great to see the owners. Some great scenes after the race. We'll give you a bit of an insight into that this week, a special behind-the-scenes experience with the owners. We'll also touch on some runners to follow from this week's Doomben Barrier Trials, as well as preview all the weekend's action heading into Stradbroke Day. Well, what a preparation it's been for Boom Nova. 3 starts, 3 wins, and now a stakes victory, and definitely a valuable broodmare prospect now.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I mean, her record's very good. She's lightly raced, and she's won 5 or 6 races now with that stakes race. So just give her a little freshen up. She went to the paddock on Monday. She'll probably only have time to have a couple of weeks in the paddock before we get her back. Week on the Water Walker, and then probably aim towards some fillies and mares races in Sydney over the spring.
Yeah, well, that's exciting, isn't it? I mean, having a horse and a couple of horses in the stable that could have that spring campaign potential. Yeah,
and I think she's earned that sort of a opportunity. Hopefully the rain stays away and the tracks dry out a bit more by then. But you know, some of them fillies and mare sprint races are certainly well within her reach, and be interesting to see how she comes back.
Yeah, certainly is. Well, the owners are excited, and we thought we'd share with you an owners package that is a regular part of what you do for your owners here at the stable. But there's some great scenes after the race on Saturday, so take a look at what the owners experienced.
It doesn't matter. No one else is very obviously probably going to take you to the furlong pile if you happen to get stuck behind it. I would think. Yeah. But you know, you've got to read that as you go on. You've got to work that out.
5 3/4 to military measure. Still travelling nicely as the Congratulations, Chris, she's a beauty.
Thanks, Max.
She's run the line in 57.69.
Unbelievable, Chris. Well done, mate. He's
stop shaking. He's won and running, I'm still shaking.
Just got a bunch of shame when I asked.
Well done.
Yeah, well, great to see the owners enjoying themselves there, and I mean, mate, this is what it's all about, isn't it? You know, on the big dance on a big carnival day and getting a winner, and no doubt the champagne was flowing in the owners' room.
Yeah, well, they were all pretty happy. They enjoyed their champagne afterwards, which was what we're all about and what the owners are all about. And it was good reward for the owners. In fact, they've been so patient with her issues early on in her career, and she finally delivered, and they had time to celebrate.
And you were very calm and collected. We saw the owners celebrating in the vision, but the camera was on you, and you were very just taking it all in your stride.
Yeah, well, I just enjoyed the moment, and my inside of my stomach was doing backflips, but I had to keep it a bit contained and keep it a bit real, and it was very exciting.
And I think we might have spotted a tear from Juliet Partridge, the strapper of Boom Nova, who obviously has a great association with the horse.
Yeah, well, she was. I think she was yelling probably the loudest on the track. I think from what I could hear on the video, and no, she was pretty excited and pretty happy because she rides to work every morning and puts a lot of hard work into them as we all do, and yeah, it was good for her to win.
Yeah, well, huge win, and great to see you notch another stakes winner on the belt there. And some other notable mentions over the past week. Rhapsody Rose, she almost added another stakes victory or a stakes placing to her resume with a fourth, and good to see her bounce back.
Fantastic effort. She came from an awkward gate. Luke had to use a lot of petrol to cross and lead, but she showed a ton of fight. I still thought at the 100-metre mark she was still going to be in the finish, and it was only late that they got her down. So she's certainly back in top form.
Back in top form, and will she continue on this prep, or?
She'll race on the 25th. There's a fillies and mares race here on the 25th, 1200 back here at Eagle Farm again. And then same with her. We'll assess where we go after that, whether she spells or whether we go to Sydney in the spring.
Okay, and then Goldschlager went narrowly close, was flying home at the end of the race at the Sunshine Coast last Friday night. Sea Ripple was also in the same race, ran a close-up fourth.
Yeah, both mares went really well. Goldschlager, we said, come from well back off the speed in a very slowly run race, but hit the line very strongly. Sea Ripple, on the other hand, was probably up on the speed and just over-raced a little bit early, but she still battled on really well, and she's a nice mare going forward.
Yeah, sure are. And then Holterman went down swinging at Doomben, sort of led them up and ran into a pretty expensive, or who was an expensive yearling purchase.
Yeah, I think I've had two two-year-old runners. One's run second, one's run third, and they've been beaten by $2 million worth of colts. So it's you wouldn't ever think that you'd see that sort of a colt flesh racing at Doomben on a Wednesday.
On a midweek.
On a midweek, but he's raced really well for a homebred. He raced well, and he was given a good ride by Boris, and he'll come back and win plenty more races.
This is, of course, the horse owned by yourself and Kathy. You bred the horse, and no doubt a win's not far off.
No, he'll spell now. I'll give him a spell. He's done a good job. But yeah, Kathy and I bred him out of winning fashions, and she's actually turned out to be quite a nice brood mare. They've all been able to run, and it'd be nice to be able to get her in foal again.
And we just actually saw the next generation, the half brother walking around the stables just before.
Yeah, half brother by Brave Smash. He's a really nice little colt as well, so it'll be interesting to see how he games up.
And another chestnut.
Another chestnut.
Sort of chestnut.
There are another chestnut thrown to the mother.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, good to see the stable performing on all cylinders. Okay, runners to follow from this week's trials. A few of the team were stepping out. Some of them, or a lot of them, were having their first trial, so an important sort of part of their preparation. So there was a couple that sort of seemed to catch the eye, given that it was their first trial. Fastnet Jack looked good, cruising to the line over the 840 metres.
Yeah, he's come back in good order, I think. He was back on a heavy track, which we didn't know how he would handle these sort of soft tracks. But he really hit the line quite nicely. So I think he's come back. He's in for a good preparation.
Okay, one to watch. He'll obviously have another trial and then off to the races.
Correct. 2 weeks' time he'll trial again.
Yep, there we go. Like a Lark wasn't far off in his first trial also.
Probably the best I've seen this horse trial. He's a bit of a lazy sort of character. I think he'll get out of a trip. But it was good to see him actually get on the bit and work up into the race. And I thought it was probably the best trial he's put in for quite a while.
Okay, and then one of Kathy's favourites, Millwood. Good to see him back at the trials, and he didn't finish far off them either.
No, he's a nice horse. He's been a long time off the seam through injury, and he's sort of the first jump out we gave him on the dirt. He was a bit ring rusty, but he improved into that jump out yesterday. So he'll probably head to the races and just keep on improving through his prep. Okay,
one to follow there. Jetty for the Strong Bloodstock team stepped out for his first trial, the prep, in the same trial as Better Rush, who was sort of up and running, and then I guess that's why she set the tempo in that trial.
Yeah, and Jetty, as we know, doesn't really like the wet, but he still trialled up okay on that sort of going. So I think he's in store for a nice preparation when we can get on top of the ground.
Okay, well there you go. And then Comets was having his second trial and finished off nicely ahead of, I guess, resuming his preparation.
Yeah, no, he did. He had a wind operation while he was out, and he seems to have come back looking really well. And his 2 trials that we've given him so far have been very encouraging. So I think we're on the right track with him.
Okay, well there you have it. A few runners to put in the black book and follow this preparation. Well, there's more stakes races to be run and won this week. Stradbroke Day, huge day of racing, and Elude gets the team underway in the listed Oxlade Stakes over 1300. We've spoken about him. He's a horse that that you've got an opinion of. He's had ability, and I guess his last couple of runs just on paper, a bit of a line through them.
Yeah, well, he hasn't handled the wet, and he's obviously back in grade on Saturday. And I think that, if you take the barrier out of the equation, I think he'll run a much improved race. He's a good galloper. His work's been good since the size, so I've got no reason to think that if he has any luck at all from the barrier, he'll give us a good sight.
Okay, back on the improving drying ground and expecting improved performance.
Yeah, I do. He's a nice horse. He's a good galloper, but he'll go to the paddock after Saturday and have a nice break, win, lose or draw. But he's certainly got a bright future.
Okay, well, very good. Good luck to Benny and the BK Racing team with Elude, Jay Ford aboard there in the Oxlade Stakes. That's the first race. It's a big wait to the last then for the Magic Moon's Dane Ripper, Group 2, Polisipan, drawn well in Barrier 1 here for Luke Tarrant. And how's she going since her last run?
Yeah, good. I mean, the mile was too far, particularly that it was a testing mile. So back to the 1300 with a good draw. Luke Tarrant rode her first up and she went very well from him, so he takes over again. And I expect this mare to improve pretty significantly on Saturday, particularly the fact from a good draw she'll be able to put herself in the right part of the track and the right part of the race, and I think she'll hit the line very well.
Okay, well, another one. It's an open sort of race, isn't it? Group 2.
Well, it's a hard race. It's hard race fillies and mares, but she deserves an opportunity to go around in a race like this.
And Dane Ripper, bit of nostalgia there with yourself.
Yeah,
well, 25 years. Someone said during the week.
I never thought about that till you mentioned it, but yeah, no, you're right. It'd be good to win that race, yeah, for sure.
So, well, tell us what are your memories of Dane Ripper?
Oh, geez, well, she was just a lovely mare. I mean, it was just only 3-year-old when she won the Stradbroke, so she had very little weight on her back, but she was just a quality galloper. She got back a little bit in the race, as you would expect, and the minute she saw daylight when she straightened, she let rip really good. So it was, it was my first Stradbroke, and it was one to remember.
Well, hopefully a bit of that same turn of foot for Polisipan on the weekend. We then turn over to Marisa Starr, who was entered for the Gold Coast, but has also got an option at Ballina, and that's the way you're leaning at this stage?
I think so, yeah. She handles the wet, and it's going to be wet at either of those tracks, so it doesn't really matter. But I think we'll go there, go to the Ballina. Probably a little bit easier. She's Bob's, so she gets a bit of that Bob's money as well, so we'll probably head that way with her. Okay,
and it's been a while, isn't it? I guess with COVID and wet tracks and everything between, the border, but that's now an option, I guess, opening up as another option for horses.
That's right, but a lot of them Northern Rivers tracks have been wet also. I heard somewhere today that Coffs Harbour raced today for the first time since December, so
yep.
It's a long time not to race, but hopefully this weather clears up and tracks start to dry out, we can take a few more down.
Yeah, well, as you say, with the Bobs, it's good prize money. It's good to have another option for owners there. So good luck to everyone involved with Marisa Starr. We then turn our attention to the Sunshine Coast on Sunday. Better Rush has entered here off the back of the trial. It's a fillies and mares benchmark 58 handicap.
Yeah, well, she went a bit fresh in the trial and was found wanting a little bit late. She's another one that doesn't handle the wet. She likes a dry track. But she's had a nice gallop there Tuesday. We've just ticked her over between now and race day, and she seems to like Caloundra for whatever reason. She races very well at Caloundra, so be looking forward to seeing her race there.
Just hopefully she doesn't go out too hard is sort of the...
Oh, well, that's up to the jockey. The jockey has to learn to, rate the horse and get her to relax, and I can only get them fit, can't ride them.
Okay, your job's done there. And then the other runner's Finskill. No luck from the barrier gods here.
No luck from the barriers, but it's worth good money. I'll have to have a talk to his owner, Mr. Jerry O'Toole, and see what his preferences are. But he's going very well, this horse. I thought his first up run was very good. He got back and hit the line quite nicely. So he's ready for the mile. He's very fit. He looks well. So I'm just going to have to have a look and see whether we're going to get the right sort of run on Sunday or wait for Wednesday.
Sure. Yeah, well, big field. I guess you could get scratchings and whatnot.
That's right.
Might come in from that 20 anyway.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
All right, well, they're the runners, mate. Five members stepping out over the weekend and hopefully some confidence there.
Yeah, well, they're all in good order. They're all very fit and healthy and well, and it's good taking to the races when they're like that.
Very good. Well, good luck to everyone over the weekend.